of the start of the event as they roll slowly to the tower. Everything goes green and we're away and racing, and it's Mitchell Parmenter who gets the better of the start. Curtis Peel down low on the racetrack, coming around the outside. Jack Cameron in 22, but Todd Atkins, have a look at him. He's down on the inside through the western corner for the first time, and he's got himself up into position number 2. Chasing hard, Aaron Carswell. On the outside of him would be Jack Cameron, back then to Simon Walker, and Matty McGee is the 38 car high on the racetrack as well, as they're coming around to put 2 laps down on the journey. Todd Atkins down the inside of Mitchell Parmenter, and our Victorian visitor goes into the race lead. Mitchell tries to fight back on the outside, no avail, stays out there, so we cut him off too soon. Mitchell Parmenter fighting hard to hold on to his race lead around the western corner down the main straightaway. Todd Atkins though has got the drive down low on the track. Mitchell wants to stay up there, wants to keep involved in this one. Jack Cameron would be the next one. Aaron Carswell then to Simon Walker, and Matty McGee as Ellie Peacock finds herself up on the grass. In fact, in third it's Jack Cameron getting caught on the outside of that lap car. So Jack Cameron, beautifully prepared, car number 22 to the better of Aaron Carswell, who's coming under a bit of pressure from Simon Walker and Matty McGee. So we'll concentrate probably back there on 4th, 5th and 6th as the front 3 cars are well spread out. Simon Walker having a look under Aaron Carswell, moves up 1 space, up into position number 4. Matty wants to go with him, is down on the inside of Aaron Carswell as well. Aaron fights back on the outside, but no use. Checkered flag time. Well done to our Victorian visitor, Todd Atkins. One charging from the outside will not make the stewards happy. Whether or not they call a stoppage to it and start again, we'll wait and see. Looks like that's exactly what they've done. To the wide line, there's the green one. We are racing. And have a look from the start. Right in there is Dakota Laverty. Pulls to the outside and is the race leader first time. Down the back straight away, Joel Curd right on the boot lid there as they go round the western corner, and here comes Joel Berkeley down the inside in car number 9, and also Eric Wallace charging from the back in the Cairns car 43. Joel Berkeley has got it on rails as they head down the back chute, down the main straightaway for the last time, and Joel Berkeley makes it 1 from 1. Look for a green one, there it is displayed. Let's go racing. And Casey Collins gets a good jump, coming through very quickly. Casey O'Connell closes that gap very quickly as those 2 career away from the rest of the field through the western corner for the very first time, and then down the main straightaway. Casey Collins to the better of Casey O'Connell in 68, and down the main straightaway, Casey Collins says, catch me if you can. Casey O'Connell trying hard to do so. Back there in third place is still Alex Sweeney, a bit of a scrap developing for positions 4 and 5 as they're in the western corner as well. Here he comes down the main straightaway, terrific drive, takes the checkered flag. Casey Collins to the wide line we go, and off and running in heat number 4 of the juniors. Down on the inside, Matty McGee gets the better of Joel Berkeley, tucked in there as well is Aaron Carswell, and Carswell looking for a way underneath Joel Berkeley as they go round the western corner down through the shade of those trees. Getting involved in less brutal scrap is Jack Cameron, and Cameron will take over the race lead as they come underneath the control tower, and the Rockhampton car number 22, Jack Cameron, takes over from Matty McGee. Joel Berkeley down the inside as well as Curtis Peel pulls to the infield, and they come down the main straightaway to put another one down on the 8-lap journey. The race leader through the western corner again, Aaron Carswell still in the mix as Joel Berkeley has a little bit of a look down the inside of Jack Cameron. Jack shuts the door on him going under the control tower. Matty McGee's hasn't had enough either. She's back in the scrap. Jack Cameron to the front. Joel Berkeley down the inside again, nearly gets the front of the car to the open space, and that's what he's done. Callum Auld is the car in front of them that they're going to put a lap on. They go each side of him as he is slowing the car in the western corner. We got one around. No, he's got it back mobile. That's car number 27 of Bryce Lack, new race leader. Underneath the control tower, it's Joel Berkeley, and into the western corner for the next to last time. Collins on the outside of him. Can he pull off the big outside pass as they go side by side down the main straightaway? Junior racing at its very best. Joel Berkeley on the inside. Casey Collins on the outside has poked the nose in front. Can he pull it off around the western corner? Yes, he can. And Casey Collins, great drive around the outside as Joel Berkeley's car starting to blow a bit of smoke. Takes the checkered flag and a great win. Casey Collins, Joel Berkeley, waiting for the green flag to be shown. Go, we're racing, Mason. Big gear change in car 82 and gets away down on the inside. Ellie Peacock trying to go with him, keeping young Jai Corbett out wide on the racetrack. The next one through is Kip Barron. We got cars charging from the back of the pack. That's Jordan Cunningham. Has come right around the outside. Ellie Peacock now knows she's got some company on the outside of her in car number 8 as they go round the western corner and down the main straightaway. Big battle here up the front. Mason Parmenter keeping it nice and straight. Down low on the groove. The other two ladies on the outside. We got them 3 wide down the back chute. Ellie Peacock down the middle goes to the race lead. Dakota Laverty stays up high as they go side by side down the main straightaway. Still 2 wide in front. Ellie Peacock has got Dakota Laverty on the outside. Mason Parmenter would be the next one to the better of Alex Sweeney. Western corner. And the 2 ladies still side by side. Dakota Laverty gets a little bit of the drive on the outside. Ellie Peacock back down low. Won't give it away. They go round the outside of Shea Barron. Down the main straightaway she goes. Going to be a challenge right at the end. Mason Parmenter high on the racetrack. Down low. I would think that Alex Sweeney might have got through in position 2. White line ready to go. Green flag being shown off and racing on the outside. Nick Moncrief gets the better of the start this time. Right around the outside would be Eric Wallace. Simon Walker's going with him. Tucked down there on the inside would be Caden Swindles. But the race leader, Nick Moncrief, about to come under some pressure from Eric Wallace. Next one through would be Joel Curd, Simon Walker and Todd Atkins from the back of the pack. Through the western corner, Nick Moncrief drifts up a little high on the racetrack. Eric Wallace bounces the thing, got 4 wheels in the air. Manages to keep it going in the right direction. Have a look at Todd Atkins. Down the inside of Simon Walker, he goes underneath the pit gate, trying to keep Simon out wide on the racetrack through the western corner. Next one through there would be Joel Curd as they put another one down. And the race leader is still Nick Moncrief. Eric Wallace chasing hard. Todd Atkins gets through out of the pack. Got a bit of a gap to fill in before he can get into contact. Back in position, number 3. Getting it through a bump was Todd Atkins. Got it thrown right off line. Saved it well, but that allowed Casey O'Connell to get up on the inside, and also in there is the 90 car of Joel Curd. So he got them 3 and 4 wide, heading underneath the pit gate yet again. To the outside of Dane Anderson goes our race leader, and that's Nick Moncrief. Through the western corner, he's staying about 2/3 of the way up the racetrack. Down on the inside again with 1 to go. Eric Wallace has another look down the inside. Nick Moncrief holds him at bay, heads down there and takes the checkered flag, and a good win. Green one as they roll up to the start-finish line off and racing. Alex Sweeney says, let's go. Bryce Lack goes with him. Side by side they go down the back chute for the first time with Eric Wallace in hot pursuit. They're staying side by side. Round the western corner on the outside, it's Bryce Lack who gets the drive up high on the racetrack. So car 27 goes to the lead. Alex Sweeney hasn't had enough. Eric Wallace up high on the racetrack. Next one coming through is Jack Cameron. and then Joel Berkeley, and then right from the back, Mitchell Parmenter. They've shuffled Alex Sweeney back, right back through the field as the lead cars go round the western corner yet again. Bryce Lack doing a good job out the front, keeping it nice and straight, but underneath, looking for a charge. It's Jack Cameron, the Rockhampton car, number 22. Outside of him, it's still Eric Wallace. The Cairns car, be lapped is Ashley Moller as they go under the control tower. It is still Bryce Lack. Charging underneath him, though, comes Jack Cameron. Cameron goes into the race lead. Eric Wallace goes with him. As they go round the western corner again, Ashley Moller is the one they go to the outside of. Put a lap on him, going outside, not in Joel Berkeley's book. He's down the inside and goes from 5th into position number 2 and has a look down the inside of Jack Cameron. And Mitchell Parmenter, he's got it up on 2 wheels again, Joel Berkeley. Now he's got no wheels on the racetrack as Jack Cameron off and running. Good start at the back, Aaron Carswell. What went wrong? Too slow off the mark? He's going right now. Have a look at our Victorian boy, Todd Atkins. He has cleared away. Running down the main straightaway, 1 lap down. Chasing him hard will be young Kip Barron. Tucked in there too is car number 39 of Caden Swindle, so they're all lining up to have a go. Maybe something wrong with the Corbett car. It's dropped right back at the back of the pack. We'll pick up our race leader though. Car number 4 is Todd Atkins, doing a great job. In there, Kip Barron has got them all lining up behind him. Aaron Carswell is down on the inside. That's the car number 30. And he drifts a little wide. We got one sideways. And goodness me. Somehow it... Caden Swindles will be the next car as they go around the western corner, and Aaron Carswell hangs the tail and drops back a little bit away from Kip Barron. They go underneath. Yellow light is on because we got Aaron Carswell facing the wrong way. Really percolating out the front, Aaron Carswell and Caden Swindles having a great little battle. Here comes Todd Atkins. Down the back straight away he goes. He's going to come charging underneath. Caden Swindles does so in the western corner. Then gets rid of Aaron Carswell as well. Down the main straight away. He's got plenty of laps to go. They've got 2. Can Kip Barron hold him at bay? Todd Atkins is absolutely flying from the back of the pack through the western corner. Kip Barron will have the white flag waiting for him as they head down the main chute with 1 lap remaining. Todd Atkins down the inside of him, tries to keep him up high on the racetrack. Underneath the pit gate they go. Kip Barron on the outside, Todd Atkins on the inside, and Kip's gone into the wall. Wow. Todd Atkins, green flag out, we're away and racing, and on the outside it was indeed Casey O'Connell who got the better of the start, but Casey Collins on the outside drives straight past. Can Casey O'Connell keep him out there round the western corner? They go, the 2 Caseys. Hold! We have got a big rollover and a red light. Casey Collins and starting to make his presence felt on the outside. Simon Walker finding a little bit of drive up there near the concrete wall. But down the inside comes Casey Collins. Casey Collins bounces there. There are a few bumps in that turn number 2, allowing Simon Walker to stay in the race lead as they go around the western corner. But down on the inside, plenty of speed out of the Queensland Champions car. And Casey Collins goes into the race lead. Casey O'Connell's up on 2 wheels. Goodness me. How did he keep that? Oh, it's gone back on 4 wheels. My goodness me. And he hasn't backed off. Joel Curd would be the next one in front of Casey O'Connell, who was up doing the wheel of death on 2 wheels. Somehow it went back on all 4. Back at the race lead. Casey Collins. A bit of a challenge down on the inside. Dakota Laverty looking to find some room down the inside of Simon Walker. The two of them are side by side as they head into the western corner. Simon Walker getting a little bit more drive up higher on the racetrack. Dakota slips in behind him as they put another lap down. We go back then to Joel Curd, and it's checkered flag time. Casey Collins takes the checkered flag. Good drive from Simon Walker into 2 in front of Dakota of the A main feature. Off and running, and Caden Swindles gets the better start. Callum Wald is there in car 99. Next one coming through will be Zach Pascoe. So those three have skipped away. Tommy Muir. Caden gets back into the groove of things heading around the western corner, but Callum back down underneath him. Coming down to put another lap down on the journey. Caden Swindles back in control at the front on Brody Boss down the main straight away, and checkered flag and a B feature win to Caden Swindles. TorqueWear Australia bringing you the juniors as Casey Collins says, let's go folks. Joel Berkeley set sail after him, and Jack Cameron, and they have opened up already a little bit of a lead back to Dakota Laverty, as on the outside goes Jack Cameron. Cameron, have a look at the boy, right up high on the fence, says to Casey Collins, come on, here I come. Casey Collins, the race leader. On the outside of him, Jack Cameron, side by side around the western corner. Cameron gets a little bit high up towards the fence where there's a little bit of loose stuff. Dakota Laverty is there, and then Eric Wallace. They go underneath the control tower again in the feature final for the junior sedans here tonight. And right now, Casey Collins holds sway at the moment over Jack Cameron, staying up high on the racetrack. Joel Berkeley would be the next one. Then we've got Todd Atkins, and on the outside of him is Dakota Laverty and Eric Wallace. We go back then to Casey O'Connell. We got a yellow light to the better of Casey O'Connell, and then car number 8 is Mitchell Parmenter up there involved as well. We got a yellow one again. Dakota Laverty and Eric Wallace. Casey O'Connell would be the next one. The lead cars are already heading down the main chute to go underneath the control tower once again, and it's still Casey Collins to the better of Jack Cameron, who's not too far away. Cameron staying higher on the racetrack. Joel Berkeley, Todd Atkins it would be, but we've got a challenge up the front. Casey Collins has got Jack Cameron working away on the inside. Cameron's there. Collins on the outside, can't do anything about it. The Rocky car. Joel Berkeley has now got Todd Atkins right on his boot lid, and Dakota Laverty on the outside looks for a way around Todd Atkins. Can she do it as they head down the main straightaway? It's Dakota Laverty up high on the concrete. We got a yellow light, and Casey Collins as they go around the western corner, and Joel Berkeley has driven straight up underneath Casey Collins, who left a big gap down on the inside. Collins fights back. Can he keep him at bay? Joel Berkeley down on the inside. Side by side they are. Then we've got Todd Atkins on the inside, Dakota Laverty on the outside, and Mitchell Parmenter joining in. So we got them 2 and 3 wide down the main straightaway as the yellow light comes on again, because we got a car. Is it Mitchell Parmenter? We got them wide coming underneath the witch's hat. Will that bring on some angry words from the steward? Side by side round the western corner, Casey Collins heads down the main straightaway. 3 laps remaining. He's down on the inside, shuts the door on Jack Cameron. Cameron though stays there. Thank you very much, he says. Jack Cameron versus Casey Collins around the western corner. Collins up high on the racetrack. Has enough drive up there to get away from Jack Cameron down the main straightaway. 2 laps remaining in the event. Casey Collins, Jack Cameron, Joel Berkeley, Dakota Laverty's got herself up for 4th, staying high on the racetrack. Having a look on the outside of Joel Berkeley. Back then we go to Todd Atkins down the main straightaway. Yellow light again. This time a bit of a problem in the western corner, and the checkered flag has been displayed, and